recording?
Oh, it,
Yes.
now start.
Okay.
So, you had no problems getting here, I take
No,
it?
found it okay. You know, give myself some time. So maybe
Good.
season it too.
So, perhaps we can start off with you telling me a little bit about yourself.
Sure, great. I appreciate it, and thank you again for letting me come in. I really appreciate spending the time with you, Aaron, today, and find out if there's a good fit between us for this opportunity. I tell you that I'm a passionate creative director who really is a team player and a team leader. And this opportunity looks like a really good fit for us in the ways that I can bring a lot of the skills and abilities with my Adobe Creative Suite tools, as well as a lot of my team leadership tools over the years. And the third part of that is really having the ability to help grow a team, both creatively and productively. I've done that for many years, over 20 years, in the industry across a broad range of industries, and I think that really, hopefully, plays well to the opportunities of what you're trying to do here with this position.
Okay, this position is based out of Denver. Are you planning on relocating if you get this role, or?
Would be a hard commute from Connecticut at this time, so yeah, I think that is definitely in the plan. My alma mater is University of Denver, and I still have what I really consider a family in Denver as well.
Oh,
So,
good.
but the biggest point about that is the opportunity with the company. It's a great and very attractive position for me, and I think something I would bring a lot of value and energy to.
Can you tell me how you inspire people?
Great question. I appreciate that. I would really say that it's not what I do to inspire them. It's trying to help them to look at how they can inspire themselves. And I would say it's not some innate ability, but it's taking a moment to allow them to take a look and see what is inspirational to them. It's nice to be in a creative field because it's easy to get excited about things. You get to mind help, but typically I look and try to evaluate and help people see where their strengths lie and know that they have a safe place, that if there are weaknesses, we're here as a team to build, fix, change, or to get support for those. I think the biggest problem with people in growth situations is protecting areas that there aren't their greatest strengths when there are others that can help them do that. So understanding strengths is not, strengths and weaknesses is not a discourse. It helps assemble a team around the things that they're most powerful at. And that's how I try to get to inspire them.
What type of products have you worked on that are very creative products, like these are? We're talking about a lot of different types of products.
Mm-hmm.
Ranging from children's toys to motion graphics, courses, simple crafts, and some of these products can be quite technical.
Great question. Again, another area that's my passion is in a lot of the learning, and being able to have served in many different industries is where I've found a lot of passion, interest in everything. And I've actually done work in a lot of those areas of education. And given that Craftspeed is a company that is really, in essence, an education company, it's selling an education experience for things that people are passionate about, is the very compelling reason I really would love to be part of the team. And I've done that kind of delivery through educational and motion graphics and video. I've done deliveries for JetBlue in a training program where they needed to get a dynamic interactive training for security. We put together a actually interactive game to further engage the user, which turned out to be a platform that as a payoff was easier to distribute, easier to change up, so the content itself was more challenging and they had more engagement. Previously, this was something they were doing paper-based, and was the same questions people were looking it up. But that's an example of where I think that the idea of a demonstration, that's one product area.
What do you feel are your best strengths?
What are my best strengths? I believe it's the focus on the idea in the communication, trying to get a core point, finding out what the the goal is for the user, and trying to find the shortest and most precise way to really capture attention and get them see, influence them as well of your message and the message it needs to get across. And that can be in a promotion, a communication, and other different channels.
Okay, so can you tell me a scenario or give me a specific example of when you actually found it difficult to do that?
Sure. I think it's always a challenge. Everything. For example, I mentioned I've been in several different industries. I've done a lot of work in IT, developing products, not products, but promotions and sales communications for IBM. When you have such a heavily technical delivery in communication or in sales, it is obviously a huge challenge to try to boil it down. Plus the vested interest of the people of the offering in that tend to want to give the details. What I enjoy doing and how we meet that challenge is to get them to recognize that it's their insight, they're the subject matter expert, that I am trying to help coach them into boiling it down. I can't recreate the message without their input. And so getting them to see that as it's a working collaboration, it's usually something that opens up the doors and makes it a lot simpler. And it helps them also address how they present their own information.
I see from your application that you have been highly compensated, and a lot of our marketing team is kids that have just come out of school and they're new to the business. They're very motivated. They are generally in the lower price range. Tell me how you would deal with working with these kids that are kind of new to the business, very motivated, but not well compensated.
Interesting. That's a terrific question. I say it's interesting from the standpoint of saying their compensation is of no concern to me. It's the person working across the belt. That's of an issue of it's important to them, it's important to me. But in our working relationship, how we are compensated does not factor into a teamwork environment that I'm attained to be. It's about the skills and ability and passion they're willing to pour into it. If they don't want to meet that, that might be an issue. But that's for the discussion of the development.
Are you used to working with lower paid personnel? Are you opposed to the idea that we generally
No, and generally
start our staffers out of low range?
I never look at another person across the table by what they make. It's always by what, we're brought to a table to have a job done. What skills they bring to the table, what are their hidden skills that they can bring to this, and what can I learn? Because it really isn't communication and creativity, is learning a new perspective for both of us. So that collaboration, I can't have those kind of barriers.
So molding these people in the initial stages of their career is not difficult for you?
I would be thankful to God that I was molding somebody's careers. I wouldn't be that, but yes, I would love to hopefully mold them as well as I've been molded and learned stuff from them.
Okay.
That's the last. Do you have any questions?
Yes,
do you have
I
any
do.
questions? Sorry.
Being that what's your time frame in terms of finding the right candidate for this position?
Well, we were looking to have the position filled 2 months ago, so we're a little behind on that goal, and I would like to get it filled as soon as possible.
Could you tell me why it seems to be behind? Have you?
Well, actually, a lot of the a lot of the applicants have not wanted to use these people that are lower compensated because they want to have a larger budget. And our budget, to tell you the truth, is a little low for additional staff. So we're willing to compensate the person in this position well, but some people don't really want to work with people that are somewhat new in their career. Would you be willing to get past that?
Absolutely. Any term, chance, everybody has a lesson they can teach each other. And if, new to your career, there's passion and energy that gives you new perspective. So for me as a creative, that's what I yearn for. It's a feed, not a detractor.
Great. Well, thank you very much for coming in.
I appreciate
your time.
Thank you.
And it's been a pleasure speaking.
Can I reach out to you, or is there somebody else I should contact about next steps?
We will get back to you probably in the next week or two.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Feedback, positive first?
I got to sit in the hot seat.